Peace and blessings and namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and I'm going to wait for a little more people to come in. And I want to keep you abreast on everything that was happening and why I've been MIA for a little bit. I've been in a battle, somewhat of a battle with insurance companies, my tow truck and car dealership. And let's just say I learned how to alchemize the situation. So I'm going to get away on the win. Okay, I got a settlement coming in and it's going to be beautiful. It's a lot more than what I expected it to be. So I'm very, very fortunate and glad that that happened. Just learning how to stay in that positive vein of thought and understanding how the universe will work for you and not against you. And if you learn how to keep your mind in that single space, that no matter what, we are here, we're on a mission, we are representing the creator, we are divine, that things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And when we learn how to look at life that way, I'm telling you that things just works itself out. It really just does. It works itself out. Today, I came here to present to you guys mind defragmentation. And I'm going to do this in a PowerPoint, okay? The reason why I felt like this was so incredibly important at this time is because of all of the stuff that's going on around us. And a lot of us are getting really, really frustrated, myself included. We're ready for this change. We want our brothers and sisters to wake up, we're ready to move, we're ready to shake, that type of thing. And when it seems like things are just slowing and creeping and all of that stuff, we tend to get out of alignment. At times we tend to get out of alignment. We don't keep our eyes single anymore and things start happening against us. So what I'm here to teach you how to do today, and you must understand this. You must understand this. Okay. Let me put the disclaimer out. I have a broad audience. Okay. A broad audience, but I did not start off that way. I did not want a broad audience because I knew that I had to teach a specific group of people, okay? And a lot of the things that I say may not resonate with everybody because it's not supposed to. We're all on different areas of our walks and things of that nature. So I started my channel for 7 people who were the L kind, who already knew exactly who they were. Okay, so with that being said, if you're listening in, you might be in the beginning phases of this journey, but follow along. Maybe you'll get something out of it. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start presenting my my PowerPoint presentation. And we're going to call this one the mind defragmentation. Okay, we're going to start collecting our essences back. We're going to start consolidating our mind, the way that we start to think about things that are around us, okay, so that we can alchemize every situation that is coming our way, and understanding that we are to be safe and sound during this time. We are not supposed to be worried, being twisted and thrown back and forth and all of that stuff. We are already a kept people. Okay, we're a kept people, but I need to get you to understand how to think on this realm. And the only way that I can do this is by showing you, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a little bit heavy. Okay, if you can grasp it, beautiful. If not, I'm sorry, come back to it a little later on. Okay, the only way I can get you to do this is to understand how to process the information that you are receiving. Okay, because the programming is designed to teach you how to process these things, okay? So they're going to trigger your emotions, okay? They're going to mess with your intelligence, all right? So you have to be single during this time and learn to think for yourself. I cannot say this enough, okay? There's certain languages, there's certain images that is all designed to trigger your thought pattern in a certain direction. And if you are not careful, your emotional body, your emotional state will start to make decisions for you, okay, instead of the divinity that resides within you. So let's go. Let's get into a yacht. All right, so what we will be discussing today is what causes thought fragmentations, What are forms of predictive programming? Who are the dualistic factions on this earth? That's one you need to pay attention to. What is the path of equilibrium? What are the various roles of the gods and goddesses? And what is serpent wisdom versus cosmic knowledge? Okay. And how alchemy works on this realm. Okay. So I'm going to be using a lot of my own experiences, and some of you may have experiences like this too, but you don't know how to categorize them. You may not know what they mean. Okay. So I'm here for those that are having these experiences, that are understanding what's going on or not understanding what's going on. I'm here to help you. The first thing that I thought it was important to talk about is serpent wisdom versus cosmic knowledge. Okay. Because we have two factions that has been on this earth. Okay. One is representing the serpent wisdom and one is representing the cosmic knowledge. Okay. Now, what is important about understanding this is these both in of itself are not good versus evil. Okay. We have good and evil in both of these factions. You have to know and learn and understand what these factions was representing. So I want to start with the serpent wisdom. Okay. Now, what you need to know, when it comes down to the material realm or the realm of matter, serpent wisdom governs this realm. Okay. This is the realm of matter. This is what the serpent wisdom has gained mastery over when we're dealing with this. Okay. Serpent wisdom has mastery over elements, energy, kundalini, and sorcery. So those who are operating in divination or any forms of divination on that side are typically dealing with the earth itself, right? And you're dealing with serpent wisdom, how to manifest on this earth realm, how to understand this earth realm, how to use mudras and things like that, how to channel chi energy. Okay. We also deal on this realm. We have mastery over plants, herbs, crystals, and divination, but it's how you use it. Okay. So the serpent wisdom, when they are dealing with plants, herbs, crystals, and divination, it's for the purposes of divination. It's for the purposes of craft. Okay. It's for the purposes of manifesting. It's for the purposes of, spells and things of that nature that goes on this realm, how to navigate through this realm effectively. Now, serpent wisdom seeks to advance the soul. Now, here's where we get a lot twisted here. Okay. Because you had these two factions fighting against each other, and they honestly were supposed to be working in conjunction with each other. But let's be honest here. Okay. We're dealing with elves of antiquity, with personalities just like you. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. So just like we have factions here that we're constantly fighting against, understand that we were doing that back then. Understand that the elves had these same type of issues too. There was none that was supposed to be perfect on this realm. Okay. So even our angelic classes had to go through stages of evolution, phases of evolution, and learning curves. Okay. So I need for you to process what was going on back then the same way that you're processing what is going on now. Why? Because when we think about the time continuum, we understand that, on a 3D realm, it exists. It's linear. I get it. Okay. But in higher levels of consciousness, it does not exist. It keeps looping. Okay. So at any time that what we are dealing with now on this earth realm, we've dealt with before in the past. You need to like it and make it the connection of it. Okay. If you can make that connection, you will see this realm completely different. You have to first look at yourself. Okay. Look at all of the learning curves you went through. Look at all of the mistakes that you made. Okay. Now you go back into your ancient brothers and sisters. Are they really any different from you? Okay. When you start to look at it like that, how pride steps in, how ego gets involved, how self-will get involved, then you have a little bit more empathy to understand that, hey, some of them elves was just like me. And I was like some of those elves. You know what I mean? This is how we learn how to see things for exactly what it is, because this realm of existence is designed to always keep your mind fragmented to point to this, to that, and this, to that. Everything that our ancestors went through, we went through too. Okay. So adopt that understanding. You'll be at a better state of peace. Okay. Now that's serpent wisdom. Let's go to cosmic knowledge so we can understand the difference. Cosmic knowledge governs the realm of the incorporeal. Okay, so this is the spirit realm. Okay, cosmic knowledge deals with astrology, astronomy, and higher levels of consciousness, the way that we think. Cosmic knowledge teaches about the divine and seeks to perfect the spirit man. Cosmic knowledge deals with the laws of man and angels, aka L's. Okay, cosmic knowledge deals with the delegation of souls and hierarchy. Okay, so we're dealing with law and order, and it also uses crystals, herbs, and plants, but they use it in a different way. It is done for the healing. When it comes down to understanding the various roles between the two and how they were fighting, understand when we deal with the divine teaches us how to perfect the spirit. Okay, so the divine shows us the spiritual things of our bodies, of our walks, but we are responsible for the soul and how we think in that realm. Okay, do you understand? All right, so there's the difference between the two. Now, if you have the cosmic knowledge and you're operating in your divinity, it becomes a lot easier to perfect the soul, because the strength that is coming from the divine is way stronger than the soulish realm or the serpent wisdom. But, okay, let's say this. I have to say this. There's certain types of beings, okay, this is not for everyone, who are charged with mastering both. Okay, remember the saying, wise as serpents, so we understand how to govern and maneuver in this realm of existence. Okay, what is taking over this realm, okay, how we get past it. All right. And then we are gentle as doves. We start to implement the cosmic knowledge and start to integrate that unconditional love, that highest law, okay, which helps teach us how to navigate through the serpent realm. All right. We can utilize the serpent wisdom and the cosmic knowledge to become perfected beings. In other words, what we're doing is learning this realm of existence and also learning the realm of the divine and understanding the hierarchy on how these things work, so that we can perfect our soul while the divine perfects our spirits. Okay, and if one is stronger than the other, we incorporate these things, we are in balance now, and now we can start to really see the world for what it is. Okay, and it's a lot that's going on. I want to show you some things during this time. Okay, let's check this out. Let's keep going. Okay, here's an evidence of the as above and so below type principle. Look at these two flags. Now, before I showed you the serpent wisdom and the cosmic, and we showed that with a dove and a snake, right? This concept still exists, but it went through an evolution. Okay, the dove, once it became a little bit more assertive, let's look at the history of it. We had Christianity that went all around, okay, mastering, overtaking, doing that thing and implementing that type of knowledge. So we have transformed the dove, the gentleness of the purity of the teachings, and turned it aggressive. So now it becomes an eagle. All right. So when you go through this, I thought this was fun to go through a lot of the nations, a lot of the countries, and look what's on their flag. Okay. If you see the dragon, or do you see the eagle? Now, it is important when you do this, or when you decide to do this, that you have to go back, because a lot of the flags have been infiltrated too. So some that may have started off with the serpent knowledge or the serpent wisdom has transformed over into Christianity. So you have to go back. Okay. The two examples that I found that I thought was amazing was Egypt. Egypt is being symbolized by the eagle. Yes. Egypt is being symbolized by the eagle, but Bhutan is being symbolized by the dragon. Now, the eagle has, Muslim, 90%, 10% Christian in Egypt. But if you look at Bhutan, and if you don't know where Bhutan is, it's kind of in the middle between Tibet and India. Okay, so they have the dragon. And what do they practice? What is their teachings? Okay, Buddhism and Hinduism. Okay, so we're seeing that when we're dealing with the dragon or the serpent knowledge, we're dealing with trying to have self-mastery. Okay, Do some of them acknowledge a divine creator? No, but a lot of them do. Okay, so you have to get in where you fit in, and you have to understand how these laws work. Okay, you have to understand it. All right, so now you are seeing these two factions that have been on this earth for a very long time. Okay, that's been fighting for a very long time. Okay, that's been trying to get the laws out here for a very long time, and you'll be able to see it all over this earth. Once this eye opens up, there's no way to close it. You're no longer able to see this realm the way everybody else sees this realm. You will see through this realm. Do you understand? Because you'll see the evidence of everything all around you. Okay, let me keep going. All right, now, look at this. We are so familiar with this very famous as above, so below symbol, right? This is the as. It's supposed to be one of the seals of Solomon. As above, so below. But did you not notice that when it comes down to wealth, we also have these concepts and these logos? Okay, look at the Cadillac symbol, inversion, up and down, as above, so below. Okay, look at your Porsche symbol, still as above, so below. Look at your BMW, as above, so below. So even when you're starting to look at basic symbols, okay, you pay attention to the symbols that look like they have duality in them, or as above, so below in them. Okay, these are people and creators probably of wealth that are in the know, and they have learned how to navigate this realm. This Alpha Romeo symbol right here, I want to know what you see in it. Okay, I already know what I see in that, but I want you to really focus in on this symbol. And after this presentation is done, I may ask you what you think about this symbol. Look at what it says. Okay, this is supposed to be a tongue coming out of that serpent, but does it really look like a tongue? Or does it look like a serpent eating somebody? Let's keep going. Okay, symbols everywhere, everywhere. Learn how to read the symbols and learn how to discern them. Okay, so you can understand the entity or the energy that's behind things. And once you understand the entity or the energy that's behind things, you'll know how to move accordingly, because you'll know what it represents. Okay, let us keep going. I miss you guys. I've been in MIA, but I miss you guys. We're going to deal with the dichotomy of self. All right, look at this symbol. Okay, and it's upright, excuse me, and it's upright, and then it's reverse inverse. Okay, man is not separate from his shadow. You need to understand this. The Shin represents the soul in the upright crown. So here's what we're talking about. This is when we are in our God nature. Okay, this is when we are in our beast nature. Everything that goes on outside of you goes on inside of you. Okay, so this is why we go through the process of balancing ourselves and recorrecting our own nature. We do this in various forms. Some may go through the track of religion, some may go through the track of shamanism, some may go through the whatever. Okay, but the truth is, while you're on this realm, you need to be perfecting yourself. Okay, there's too many distractions out here, and because of these distractions, we still get lost and caught up. And we're not building, we're not innovating, we're not creating the way that we need to. We're not making the changes on this realm that we need to. Too many distractions. Okay, it's designed to be that way. Don't fall in the traps, babies. Okay, let those distractions go. Now, I also found this interesting. Now, this is from the esoteric realm. Okay, the Shin. Let's deal with the Shin. Let me see if I can slide this over without making it real big and obvious and weird. Okay, the Shin, the 21st Hebrew letter, is the letter of fire and transformation. That's where your crown exists, okay? That's why the Shin looks like a crown. Transformation, it literally means tooth, and its shape is 3 branches of flame. These are the 3 pillars of the tree of life, reaching high like flames, purifying and changing the condition of our lives, teaching us to become aligned with the whole of the Creator. Okay, this is us in our upright. Okay, this is us that have, incorporated divinity, our higher self. We are active, we are rocking and rolling, and we are on our way to perfection. However, that number is 21st, okay? Lamed, look at it in its inverse, okay? See the lightning? It looks like a lightning strike, don't it? Pay attention to the symbolism. The Lamed is the 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet and is the symbol of learning. It is translated literally as the word for learning and also a staff and gold. It is located at the center of the alphabet and represents the heart law. 12, we don't have to deal with the Kabbalah, but just understand this. We're not going to read all of that. Just understand this. When you are in the reverse, you are still in a learning phase. Okay, this means you're not where you need to be able to ascend, to be crowned. So you see it pointing down. This is what's going to limit you and bind you to this earth realm. If you do not get the lessons of this earth realm to be able to evolve, I'm here to tell you the lessons come with your experience. What is going on around you? Okay, so we're either going to be in the upright or we're going to be in the reverse. But this whole thing is designed to let you know it's about you. Okay? You can concede to higher things. You can concede to lower things. This is your soul. This is your journey. Make it count during this time. Make it count. Make everything that you do count. Okay? We already know. Some of you are in Revelation, some of you are in the Cosmon era. You understand? If you're in the Cosmon era, guess what? You're okay. But you have brothers and sisters out there who are not. So my message for you guys who are, continue to do what you do. Okay? Continue to put your information out there, even if you're not, really directed with the OWASP, but you have another frame of thought, but it is a higher truth. All you can do is put the information out there. We are by no means responsible on whether or not they receive it. And I'm going to explain to you why. And this is going to help you get out of the frustration and get you in a state of, okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Right? So let's go. We mastered the dichotomy of self. We have to do this first anyway, before we start putting information out there to the masses. Because when we speak, when we teach, those of us who are gifted or anointed to do so, those of us who have big platforms, even those of us who have platforms just starting out in small platforms, okay? Everything works as it should. But understand that when you are talking, the energy that you are holding is being broadcasted. So if you're not right, what do you think the energy of your audience is going to receive? All right. So balance these things out first in your own life and then get to telling everybody what they need to do. And they're going to look at you as an example. She's always happy. She's always, things work for her all the time. No, it don't. It's exactly the opposite. To be honest with you, I go through hell a lot. I just learned to transmute it and I have to be patient, wait it out, and then pull it in when it's time to. Okay. But I couldn't just do this without first learning how these realms operate. Wise as serpent. Okay. The earth realm. Learn the laws. Learn the languages. Okay. Gentle dove. The cosmic realm. Then learn how to use higher laws to overthrow the lower laws. It's a process. It's a process. Okay. But if you're steadfast, you will get it. It will start to become easy for you once you put this in practice. Let us keep going. All right. So I had to do this, guys. I had to do this because this has been going all over my Facebook feed, my TikTok feed. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. We have Christians out here that don't understand their own Bibles. All right. They don't understand it. They're reading it all wrong. And they're making mockery out of the divine. Okay. And so when this happens, what do you think is going to happen? Let's be realistic. Luke 10:19, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Why did this man take this literally? Why did he take it literally? I'm going to tell you why he took it literally. There's no spirit there. Do you understand? once you have a divine spirit, you learn how to read what it actually says. The spirit man quickens the soul and the consciousness, and it lets you know what is really being said, what is the meaning behind the principle. Other than that, all you're doing is reading the letter and still having no comprehension. You understand? You want to understand why people don't grow? That's one of the reasons, okay? This is actually referring to the left-handed path, not literal snakes. So what we are saying here, when we're saying we're giving you power, we're telling you that we have given you reign and authority over this realm, over those that are operating in this realm with the left-handed path. So you are under protection. Black magic, curses, things that are just evil, you have power and authority over it. Doesn't mean you go out there and start grabbing snakes and serpents. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Okay? Because I guarantee you, he was not in the right spirit when he did this. Other than that, or he wouldn't have got bit. But this was a mockery. And a lot of times we like to make mockeries of things that we do not understand instead of going through and trying to comprehend the things that we don't understand. Dig a little bit deeper. We got to dig a little bit deeper here, okay? So we have power over this realm, okay? And we have power over the entities or the authorities over this realm. This is not literal, okay? Let's go ahead and keep on going. All right. Mind fragmentation sources. Okay, so I went to the world data.org. I was just very curious as to what we are cohabiting this realm with. And we are cohabiting this realm with 2.16 million different species are currently occupying this planet. And this does not include, guys, the cryptids that are here, nor does it include non-human entities that are here. So why did I bring this up? Okay, I brought this up because each species may view existence, creation, and the creator differently according to their evolution. I want you to think about this one thing while we're fighting down here on this earth, why we are fighting with one another. If you understand that not all of us are native to this realm, okay, that some of us have been sent to this realm for a specific time or a season, but we might not all be coming from the same world. Now, according to our state of consciousness, how we are relating to our creator of all, each planet has their own laws and rules and governments, and they all relate differently to the creator of all. Now, I need for you to imagine putting all of these beings on one planet, okay? You wonder why we got all these different teachings and levels of understanding? This is why. All of these beings occupying one planet and have different experiences with the creator as well. So the real Earth School Challenge test for you guys is, can you coexist with them? Okay? Can you still be at state at peace? Because if you can do it here, where we're in this realm of chaos, then you're going to have no problems after you ascend. However, if you can't do it here, then we're not going to have the ability to do the same things when we ascend, because we're going to be introduced to different things. All right? So we're trying to learn how to coexist. Different religious system told you that, okay? You can have your own nation of beliefs. You don't all have to believe alike, but that don't mean that you all have to be at war with one another. Each one teaches one. We all represent and have added value. If we put this added value together, we become an unstoppable force. All right. So you have to learn, can you coexist with your brothers and sisters who may not think like you, who may not have your understanding, who may not even be on the same evolutionary path that you're on right now? And I'm going to tell you, it is difficult to do. For those of you who have already come out of, limited beliefs or sort of thinking, and you gravitated to a higher realm, your perspective when you're looking at your brothers and sisters who are still there is, come on. How easy is this? How evident is this? I'm putting the information right in your face, but they can't receive it. All right. And it's not anything that you're doing wrong. It's not you. It's not me. It's not any of us. There's a reason for this. And once we learn the reason, we'll stop being frustrated. Okay? We'll keep teaching. Yeah. But it won't be, so much of a burden to us. All right? Let us keep going. Hey, when I say, okay, what you have to know on this realm of existence is everything has law. All right? Keep this in your consciousness. It's going to help you in the future. Everything has law. The insect kingdom, animal kingdom, bird, fish, plant, nature, planetary cycles. Everything has law. So when you understand that everything has a law, then you start to understand that the only way to overcome a law is with a higher law. Therefore, we can reconcile our lower laws in favor of the higher laws, that which is cosmically divine. Now, that's a sophism. That's a sophism, okay? So I'm starting to write down my little list of sophisms. What that is, the only way to overcome it, okay? So we learned about the serpent realm, okay? That the material world. Then we learned about the divine world, okay? And then we learned what laws override what laws. And this is how we make our way up, okay? You want to call it Kundalini or Serpentine, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter to me, okay? Just understand that this law, this hierarchy works in this manner so that you can reconstruct your mind to function in this manner, okay? All right, let us keep going. Get to it. Yeah. First, let me check the chat real quick because I can't see the chat while I am doing this. So it looks like I got 38 comments. All right, let's go through. I'm sorry, guys. I would only be able to do all of this and do the comments as well if I had like two computers running at the same time, in which I absolutely don't. So I have okay. All of a sudden, it said my mic was muted for some reason. Okay, I'm here. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Guys, let me know if y'all can hear me, if I'm still struggling with this. Is my mic on? Okay. All right, great. Okay, let's go back in. All right. Laws according to consciousness. All right. Understand, the younger the soul, the closer to cosmic law. Innocence keeps us connected to the divine. Programming alters perceptions and perspectives, okay, of life, and what we digest as truth should match our life experiences. Okay, now this is a heavy one. I'm gonna pause right there because we're trying to figure out why people are going to different veins and schools of thoughts. It's because it has to match your experience to make sense. Okay, so if I take a book and I've lived my life connected, to the creator in one way. And all of these things are going on in my life. And I read a book that's doing the complete opposite. It's not quite going to match. Does that mean that book is absolutely for me? No. But this book might be. Okay. So I open up this book. Okay. For instance, the Owaspi. I like to use the Owaspi because it really, really helped me. I'm trying to tell you, if I didn't come across Selah, if I didn't go get these books, it really helped me understand what I was experiencing, the time that we were in, and what we were going forward in. Okay. So that book actually started speaking to me a lot stronger than the Bible did. Okay. Now, there are tenets of the Bible, though, that still speaks to me to this day. So I don't throw out one for the other because I understand the necessity of understanding everywhere. And who is blowing me up right now? Okay, I got you. All right, now, is somebody else saying that y'all can't hear me? I'm still getting text messages saying that y'all can't hear me. No, everybody can hear me. Okay, good. All right, let's go here now. All right. Now, so we digest as truth should match our life experience. You should be already walking down a certain path, okay? And then by the time you are introduced to a certain teaching or writing or things like that, the proof will be in the pudding to let you know how to discern what you're reading. If it does not match, it might mean it's not for you, okay? Let's keep going. All right, now. The true freedom allows the mind to expand authentically in a righteous manner. We must be careful that the past does not become the present. So we have to stay in the now. We understand what may have happened thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. But you need to be focused on what's happening now. Because now, the power of now is where we are manifesting our new reality, entering into a new season, okay? So we cannot automatically judge everything from the past. We are looking at the past and what we have done, all right? But we don't need to live there because we have redemptive souls that are coming through and is doing a very good job. If you stay in the past and think of the past, you cannot move forward in the future. Keep going. We always have to keep going. Now, all texts are relevant for our edification, but not all texts are meant for everybody. This is one of the hardest teachings because you have to know, and the way that you know is going through your life, your experience. What are you drawn to? Listen, there are going to be some souls, okay, that you're just not going to get out of the way that they think. You're not. If you have been blessed enough to gravitate from, let's say, the Bible to the Owaspi, the only reason why you were able to do that is because you already understood the tenets behind the Bible. So it was easy to open up you to this. Okay. Once you grasp the principles and the tenets of what these books were supposed to do, and you're able to see clearly, then another will open up for you. Now, for those that it cannot open up for, no matter what you do, no matter how much evidence you put, no, I don't care if you have the scripture right in their face, they're still like, no, they're not allowed. They're not allowed because they have not mastered the tenets and the understanding of the book they're already in. So why do you feel frustrated if you're trying to take a kindergartner and put them in 6th grade before their time? Okay? Or if you're trying to take a 6th grader and put them in, college before their time. They're going to be stuck, and it's controlled. It's for a reason. You can't introduce higher knowledge and higher understanding to a soul that can't even grasp the basics of it. Okay. So to all of you who are pushing for this, understand you might be doing it in vain. There will be souls that are going to gravitate to you naturally. Just keep talking. Just keep putting out there your information. Those souls are the ones that are ready. They have already understood what that Bible did right, did wrong. Okay, they understand what righteousness is. Now they can gravitate. But until that point, they're not. Okay, so we have to keep people in the vein of thought that they are in until they get it. All right. And I know this is hard to understand because we want our brothers and sisters to elevate with us. We do. We do. But it's not up to us. It's up to the divine. They have to show that they can understand, the milk and cookies and the crayons and the letters before you start introducing algebra, family. Okay. So don't get frustrated. I get frustrated too. Just don't get frustrated. Show them in love. Okay. Walk your path. Let them see you. Well, let them see you. And it can't be disputed. We're going to keep on going. Okay. Let's go. Now, look at this. Aren't y'all tired of this? Huh? Y'all tired of this? Because I know that I am. All right. Look at these leaders. Look at your spiritual leaders. Damian Massey, he's here in North Carolina, about an hour away from me. Okay. How did he get in trouble and had to be sit down? Oh, his sex tape leaked by his gay lover. Okay. And he had to go before the whole congregation because the gay lover got frustrated with him, put the information on, and you can see the whole thing. You can see the whole thing. So boom, sat down. Brother Polite, molesting children, boom, sat down. Bobby Price, 14 children, youth minister, 14 kids from ages 9 and 15, shut down. Dalai Lama, sucking on tongues, shut down. Pope, we're going to get to him a little later on. He's not shut down now, but it's coming. Okay, let me explain this. Do not look at this as a terrible thing. Look at this as a necessary thing. Why? Because false leaderships make way for true spirituality. Okay, we have read a very long time ago that judgment is going to come from in the house of God first, right? So you have people that are representing the Almighty, representing the Most High, representing the Creator, representing everything, but they're acting in this manner. All right. Now, if they're acting in this manner, representing the Creator, then what do you think is going to happen to these people? You're going to start seeing these churches fall. I told you, many of us, are still in the matrix. We come and go as we please. But when we come in the matrix, we're here to shut shit down. All right. So you're going to have infiltrators in your politics, your government systems, your nonprofit organizations, your banks, your religious institutions. L's are going to be there. All right. Why? Because the same energies that started this mess are going to be the same energies that have to end it. All we have to do is keep our hands clean and keep watch. You're going to see systems start to self-destruct. Entertainment systems already doing that too. The entertainment industry is splitting. All right. So we are doing what we came here to do. Okay. Especially those of you who know what to pray, know how to, know how to get into that vein, know how to manifest, know how to watch something on the news and say, oh, okay. Let me get into, let me talk to the councils about this. Okay. We're here. Now, if you are one that is called to exit the matrix completely, this is for your safety. That means you're not called to the actual fight. It does not make you greater or less than. Some souls are softer. Okay. Some souls need to be protected because some souls are here simply to heal and teach love. But there's some other souls in here that are warriors. And we're going to be stuck in the muck. Okay, doing the work, escorting other souls over, getting them to protection. Okay, but still stuck in the muck, fighting. As above, so below. All right, so we're tired of this. We're tired of this, but it's so necessary, and I smile every time it happens. I smile every time it happens because I know we're one step away of getting this right. Okay, but we got to get them all out first. Okay, we got to keep on exposing them. Thank you very much. Now, we have strength and self-awareness. Why we are focusing on all of the negative things, that go on in this realm. Let's focus also on the positive things that go on this realm. The power of transmutation. Okay. So there was a time where we didn't know how to handle disputes peacefully. Okay. We're all fighting in the streets and this, that, and the third. Now we have what? Battle rap. All right. I feel aggressive. I'm not going to harm my brother or my sister, but I'm going to take it to your tail verbally. Okay, and I could get out that aggression. The same thing with crump dancing. Okay, the last picture right here is called Roast Me. Roast Me Reddit. Now, there was a time where we, was getting tired of the bullying and things like that, and we came across with this anti-bullying campaign, and it was so ineffective because it was a slippery slope. Okay, the anti-bullying campaign started turning into cancel culture. There was a fine line between stifling freedom of speech and trying to do the right thing. So what we had to do was revamp it on this round. All right, so now we get into self-awareness. What Roast Me does is allow people to empower themselves by telling you your words don't hurt me anymore. I'm going to put my imperfections out there, and you can say whatever you want to say, and all it's going to do is empower me to love myself. So that's the way we tackle the anti-bullying. Okay? Once you learn the power of words and how little effect it could have on you, then you'll put yourself out there in the world, and you'll no longer be ashamed of being who you are. So now we're seeing how we're taking the power away from words, the power away from bullies, the power away from people that are targeting us, and using it to empower us. Okay. At the bottom here, you have Use Your Voice. This is a little kid show, a little YouTube show, and they're talking about how to debate. Okay, how to have conflict resolution, how to handle disagreements. Look at your babies. Look at what your babies are doing. Okay, children are already coming in this realm and teaching higher ways to handle situations. Now, when I was growing up, and I was in elementary school, we just, kicked each other under the chair or pulled each other by a hair. And if you was a real wild like myself, you would just windmill somebody to death. I was the queen of windmilling when I was in elementary school. That's what I did. I ain't like something. I stood up. The arms just kept going. I came in this realm a fighter. Okay, I did. I'm so glad I calmed down. But now the kids are understanding that, excuse me, the kids are understanding that there's higher ways and better ways, and they're teaching their own. All right? This is your babies. Be proud of them. Be proud of them. Okay, let's go here. Cancel culture and the war against freedom of speech. Y'all know this guy, right? This guy name is Jordan Peterson. He is a clinical psychologist, and he's in trouble. And the reason why he's in trouble, he's number one, he's one of the very few clinical psychologists that went out there and said that he believes in the divine. Okay, so that was a little bit of a struggle. But number two, he's very opinionated, and what he speaks is truth, and his truth and his righteousness. Now, what you have to understand is when you are belonging to an organization, okay, when you start belonging to an organization or a group, they have bylaws or certain standards that and then they have unwritten rules. Okay, so because he had come out in opposition of things that were supposed to be good for us, but he wanted to dispel the truth, he had to go to court. He has been made to take classes, social media sensitivity classes, or has his license revoked. The problem is, this is a problem because I know what this energy came here to do. He's another one that's got to transfer from the inside out. So what did he say when he went through all of this? He said, fine, I'm going to make it public. I'm going to expose these universities, and I'm going to expose these laws. Okay, so this is another one that's in the inside, getting ready to transmute things from the inside out. Okay, now he came up with 12 rules of life that he put in the book. Tell me, family, what's different between him and the writers of your Bible and you? Can you? You can't. You want to know why? Because a lot of them are inspired writings. So, as I said, if our Bibles disappear years from now or thousands of years from now, we start uncovering books. Who's going to be the new prophets? You better act like you know. Who's going to be the new teachers? You better act like you know. Okay? So he came out with 12 rules of life, and those rules of life are going to speak to the people that he is teaching. Okay, it's no different than rules that was handed down to us by our ancestors based off of their own personal experiences. Learn what what is of the divine versus what is of man and inspired writings. Okay, inspired writings is your personal journey, your personal relationship, and those are in the Bible too. So once you get to the point where you understand that everything ain't written by the creator himself like this, okay, and that you have people, various people in this realm that is going through their own awakening, their own after their own experiences, they're going to write about it. You should just read it for the inspiration and take out of it what you need. All right, there's no different. So I'm going to be writing a book. Y'all going to be writing books. All of that. We're here. Let's do it. Okay, we got to get this done. So we're going to continue to pray for him in his fight. Now, nothing differentiates us except the willingness to stand alone. There's another Sophism. Okay, nothing differentiates us except for our willingness to stand alone. And some of us have to stand alone, at least for a season. Okay. Some of your brothers and sisters start coming along. All right. You might be alone. Check this out. Let's deal with the forms discerned in multi-dimensionality. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Check this out. In a previous video, into my inner circle, I had told them that at night, there was a certain point in my time, that certain time frame that at night, I think I was doing this for maybe about 3 to 4 months. At a certain time, every night, I was going through another realm, and I was telling people that I was teaching these complex algorithms, right? It was this big whiteboard. I'm writing all this complicated math. There are souls sitting there, listening. And what I am teaching is how to navigate the realm. These seemed like there were souls that's getting ready to enter into this realm. What this realm was about, the laws governing this realm, and all of those things, right? I'm teaching them, I'm writing these equations, and I've been doing this for months. And I have been talking to people about it, like, I don't know what it is that I'm doing. So finally, last week, I was sitting down, while I was at work, and I decided to go into the cafeteria. And I heard a voice say, take a picture. So I'm like, okay, I take a picture. That's what you're doing. Okay, so what I am realizing is the things that I were doing above is the things that I'm doing below. So here's the souls. I'm teaching souls in the higher realm on how to navigate this realm. And on this realm here, I've got babies that I have to teach. Okay, so it's still a young soul. This is how we start to draw and distinguish how to see things as above and so below. Principle. Everything that's going on here, trust me, is going on there, and vice versa. But when you start to see it, it really makes sense to you. Oh, I get it. That's what I'm doing. So now I see myself, man, I'm responsible for these babes. I'm responsible for these babes, and they're all different nationalities. Look at them. Multicultural, right? So let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. All right. Now, here are your stages of ascension. Okay, we're going to go through this. So now, the first part of your stages of ascension, you go through the listening phase or the learning phase. Okay, this is when you're going to be introduced to your books, your spiritualities, your walks of life. Okay, and you're going to read this information. You're going to read this information, and then you're going to take it in. The second part of that is discernment. Okay, so while you're going through these various texts and books and things of that nature, you have to now jump into the discernment part of what is going to work for you, what is good for your higher self, for your soul's evolution, for your consciousness, and what is not. So you begin there. Okay, so this is where you will find that people may take this track, that track, this track, that track, vice versa, because you're understanding these things now. Now, after you go through the discernment thing, you go through good Lord, application. Okay. So if you find little small things, that you think is going to work for you, now what you have to do is test it. Okay. This sounds good. I read it. All right. It bears good fruit. I can live it. So now let me apply it and see how that works. So you go through the application phase, you apply it, and then after you apply it, you go through observation. What are you observing? You're observing how effective it is. Okay. You're observing how closely it matches with your real life experiences. You are observing, does it align with the creator when it comes down to the righteous, the morals, the ethics, all of those things. All right. So you go through that. Now, once you observe it and it is good, then you start to practice. Now, when you're starting to practice it, this is when you got the real life application coming in. All right. I was taught this, and this was a law, and that is a law. So, all right, if I do this and I do that, what's going to happen? This should work. Let me put it in action. Okay. So as you start to do that, that's when you really start to understand what is true. Okay. Now you're going through that practice. You start to perfect that practice. It becomes easy to you, second nature. Rather, you start off, having all of these things, and then you start narrowing it down, and then it all gets to the mental realm. Okay, it becomes easy for you. Now you have the comprehension. You have the comprehension, which take you to a higher state of consciousness. So what are you ready for then? You go through your awakening. The awakening part of your ascension is when you're like, and now you look at the world and you're going, wait a minute, something's not right here. The awakening part is when you start to identify and start read things and say, oh my God, this is mirroring me. This is matching my soul. Okay. Your awakening part is when you really start to say, hey, I am aligned with the creator. I am here as an ambassador. I am just the earthbound version. Okay. Earthbound angels are here, just as well as cosmic angels are here. Okay. So when you start to realize that this fits me, okay, I can't stay boxed in. And every time I try to stay boxed in, something else is pulling on my soul. I got to get more. I got to learn more. I got to get this expansion. I got to understand God. I got to become one. I got to become one with the creator. You're not going to be content until you do that. And you can try to stay in your little vein. I'll sit back and I'll watch. But eventually, you're going to get to the point where your reality is going to start shifting and opening up things that you're not able to see or that you haven't read about. How are you going to handle that then? Understand? So you go through that awakening, and then you go through your activations. Your activations is when you start to really feel who you are, your spiritual gifts, your talents, your skills. And now you're really, really ready. You're ready to utilize them. You're ready to put them out there. Okay. You're ready to be. Understand? You're ready to be. Not become, be. In the stillness and understanding who you are. Okay. All of us go through these stages, but we're at varying degrees of these stages. So this is why we have to utilize patience with our brothers and sisters. Okay. Some of us are already in the activation. Some of us are still going through an awakening. Some of us are still trying to figure out what laws actually work or what tenets of righteousness we really should be using. And so, like I said, you won't be able to gravitate to a higher truth until you master the truth that you're already in. Don't get frustrated with them babies. Yeah, got it? Let them learn. We're going to let them learn. We're going to let them learn, but we're going to show them. Okay? Here you go. You got to learn how to get in where you fit in. Do you understand me? You got to get in where you fit in. The path of equilibrium was utilized to teach the elves on this realm and not necessarily for humanity. Understand they have their own laws. So when you are reading the laws for humanity, it's a bunch of do's and don'ts. I do not want, this does not happen. You do not touch this, do not do that. But when you are of the divine, okay, and you're not identifying, those laws are not applicable to you. You are going to the cosmic laws. You are under a mission. You are under direction of the creator. So some things may be open to you that is not open for everybody. That is important for you to know so that you're not pushing information that can harm somebody's walk. Okay. You're not teaching principles that is above their pay grade, their level of comprehensions. You're not doing any of that. You're going to teach people on the level that they can understand. All right. And you're going to be graceful with it. And then you can just plant your little seeds. Okay. Step back, watch them grow. Now, we're going to navigate this. Some of us are lone wolves. Okay. And if you are operating as a lone wolf, that's okay. It's going to be temporary. Lone wolves are typically the ones that have to go through it first. And they go through it alone because they're going through it first. So nobody can identify with them. So they're walking this path by themselves. Okay. And they're being isolated for a season just to deal with themselves and the creator, to perfect their walks, to perfect their understanding, right? Then later on, once you have done that, then you got family to start to come in. You see them? See the family starts to join you as they are starting, they're going through their awakening too, all right? Then before you know it, what you got? A whole squad right there, a whole team. But if you're operating as a lone wolf, you're on the front row, okay? You're on the front lines. You're out there, you're going to be the example, you're going to be the guinea pig. You're going to be a guinea pig. That means that you're going to have a lot of successes, but you're also going to have a lot of failures. And if you learn how to deal with those failures, by the time this team starts to come in, you can say, hey, man, don't even do that. Did that already. Don't even go there. This is what this means, because that's how we got to do it. And then we navigate. We understand that strength does come in numbers. It does come in numbers, right? But power, true power, comes with intention. Keep that in mind. So if you are the lone wolf with the highest intention, you can overcome lower vibrational teams. It doesn't matter how many they are. Do you understand me? Because who you are as a person, who you're identifying with, who you are connecting with, is way more stronger than a whole team of crackadoodles. That's the best way that I can say it. A whole team. All right. So we're all right with being the lone wolf. We're all right with sitting by ourselves. We're all right with doing these things. Okay. And we're going to get in where we fit in. And we're going to start to gravitate. We're starting to start pulling our teams together as each and every one goes to their own ascension processes. Okay. And with that being said, that's all, folks. That is all, folks. Okay. Now is the time I will open this up. If anybody, wants to say anything, if anybody feels like they want to come on and talk or this or that. All right. So I'm going to go through these comments again. Let's go. Let's scroll back up and let's highlight some of these comments. I love when y'all talk. Y'all be getting it in now. Peace, love, and light. Understood. Molly just spoke on that. Okay, Molly. I didn't know that. Good. I'm just trying to find it. The Bronx Yogi. Peace up, GGG. What we got? He never noticed that. Okay, you never noticed that in the Cadillac. This is the inversion, right? A lot of things are hidden in plain sight. We just don't know how to see it. Okay. Sorry, said he was just talking about that. Christ and the serpent. Okay, the Alpha Romero. Is that what you're referring to? That symbol? You saw that as Christ and the serpent? Did anybody else see that as Christ as the serpent as well? Anybody else? Y'all know, if you want to come in, the link is at the top. If you want to come in, the link is at the top. How I come on? All right, scroll all the way to the top, Trevor. Scroll all the way to the top and hit the first link, and it'll bring you backstage. Okay. He said, Selah Shalom said he was a lone wolf before he found the CGG. I know. I know, because it's hard for people to understand you. Okay. It really is. Wait, and my cuz they showed me. Okay, so I'm lifting weights in the other realms. Oh, are you? Is that what you're doing? Jamia. All right, let's go. What does she has to say? Jamia, the gay preacher was messing with an adult, but the others violated children. How are the children being helped? I hate thinking about that. I don't know. I don't know how the children are being helped. My focus has been in my meditations to get corrupt leadership out of position, period. Okay. And that is in religious systems, financial institutions, governments, and law. When I go into a meditation, I'm really trying to focus on how to create this new realm. I'm trying to get these things out of here. Okay, the more that we do this as a collective together, the faster it will manifest. Okay, but right now I'm kind of just doing it on my own, and with the help from others, I suppose. And oh, we got a guest here.
Oh,
let's go. He wants to talk. How do I? Okay, I gotta do this thing again. I'm messed up. Okay, I don't want you actually over my face, so how do I do that? Okay, now let's do this.
oh that was fast.
How are you? How
I'm
are you,
good.
dear?
I'm
I ain't
and all
seen you in
that
a
other
while.
shit.
What you got to share?
But well, you talk about duality and stuff, but just like last week, um, I
You got
came
to
to
speak up some. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
for real. There it is.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Hi,
All
Ty.
right. Okay.
Thank you
Let me
for
know if
joining.
let me know if it goes down
I can
again.
hear you.
But no, I came to a realization. Well, as far as duality is concerned, I came to the realization that I'm in my reflective portion of my journey, which means I'm seeing my past behaviors in other people, and
Yep.
and what's happening is I finally have a front row seat to like who the person I was and who the person I'm not anymore. But different fragments of, yeah, like you said, the fragment defragmentation. I've seen different fragments of myself in different people, and that shit don't look good.
Yes.
So now, and
Right.
no, so now like I came up with this phrase is like every day you're reminded of two things: the person that you're trying to be and the person that you never should become.
Speak up. I'm sorry. Speak up.
I came up with this phrase. I said, you're reminded of two things every day. You're reminded of two things: the person that you're trying to be and the person you should never become. And now I'm every day I'm reminded of the person that I'm trying to become. But throughout my day, every day, I'm reminded of the little subtle details of the person that I should never become or ever be ever again. So that's what I've been
That's
dealing with.
good. I love that. Okay, we all should be doing that. You're starting to see your past behaviors and other people as being a reflection of yourself. Also showing how we are connected. But that is a way. When I was saying, your experience has to start to your experience will validify your truth. Okay, you're telling us that you're starting to see how the way you were was being right back reflected to you, and so you're making up your mind that you're going to live and become the person that you came here to be. You're going to be in your highest truth now because you're seeing yourself. Okay, when we all do that, and we do see ourselves in other people, I saw my behavior in there. Okay, it is going to force you to correct it. Yes, it is. It's going to force you to correct it. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's all I have. I mean, like I said, I finally came to that realization, like, yeah, but like I would say like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, and then now you're talking about this, like I just was talking about this. I just was talking about this. So
Gotcha. Okay, thank you for sharing. It was nice seeing you. Anybody else?
Let me get about it.
Anybody else want to share about their journey? No? Okay. With that being said, I bid you all adieu. And I offer you peace and blessings and joy during this season. Keep your head on straight. Just know, be confident that you're going to be okay. And understand your brothers and sisters can only frustrate you if you let them. So sometimes you just have to let them walk where they are until they can understand where they need to be. And with that being said, I am Sophie and I love you all. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.